So good afternoon, students. I am Shubhangi Kishore Pardeshi. So we are today discuss about the topic on the primary lymphoid organ. So let's start. Then primary lymphoid organ. This is the topic included in the immunology section. So what is the organs of immune systems? So the lymphoid organs is bone marrow, thymus, spleen, lymph node and tonsils, and small intestine and appendix, aggregated lymphoid nodules, malt and gall. So this number of lymphoid organs are present in the human body. As we seen in the diagram also, there are the tonsils present in the pharyngeal region. Then thymus is present in the thorax and most active during the youth. Then spleen is present in curves around the left side of the stomach. Then aggregate lymphocytes nodules in the intestine, and appendix is present in also in the last stage of the intestine. So in the primary lymphoid organ, about in this lymphoid organ, some few lymphoid organs are the primary lymphoid organs and some are the secondary lymphoid organs. So today we have to learn about only the primary lymphoid organ. So next, what is the lymphoid system? Before we have to discuss about the primary lymphoid organ, we know about the lymphoid system. So lymphoid organs are stationed throughout the body. The lymphoid organs are present or located in our body or throughout the body. So they are concerned with the growth, development, differentiation of lymphocytes. There are structurally and functionally diverse lymphoid organs and tissues. They are interconnected by the blood vessels, lymphatic vessels through which lymphocytes circulate. So in the lymphoid system, we see the lymphocytes is the main important part. So the lymphocytes are circulate throughout the body through the lymphoid systems, and these organs are involved in the specific as well as the non-specific immunity. And what is the classification? Classification is the based on functional development of the lymphatic system. So lymphoid organs are classified into two main groups, as we told earlier: primary lymphoid organs, which is also known as central lymphoid organ, and which is also known as generative organs. And second one is the secondary lymphoid organ, which is also known as peripheral lymphoid organ. So what is the primary lymphoid organ, and how many lymphoid organs? So two main lymphoid organs which is primary lymphoid organ. First one is the bone marrow. Bone marrow is all lymphocytes arises from this bone marrow and B cell maturation. Main function of this bone marrow is production of the all cells like all lymphocytes and B cell maturation as well. So after that, the thymus. Thymus is the second most important primary lymphoid organ, which is important in the T cell maturation, which is very much important in the T cell maturation. In the bone marrow, there are T cell formation, but the maturation of the T cells is done in the thymus. So then secondary lymphoid organ. So which is the secondary lymphoid organ? So remaining, that is lymph node, spleen, mucosa associated lymphoid tissue, that is malt. So malt, lymph nodes and spleen are the secondary lymphoid organ. In the malt, there are certain subtypes, that is a gall, that is gut associated lymphoid tissue. Then balt is the bronchial associated lymphoid tissue. Then UGALT, that is urinogenital associated lymphoid tissue. Then CALT. So these different types of malt present in the secondary lymphoid organs. As we see in some diagrams below, that is thymus gland, spleen are there, where number of lymph nodes are there. So next is we start the main topic, that is a primary lymphoid organ. So primary lymphoid organs include the bone marrow. Bone marrow is the largest tissue of the mammalian tissue. Okay, in our body, bone marrow is the largest tissue, and adult contains 3 gram of the bone marrow. Bone marrow has two distinct kinds, that is red bone marrow and yellow bone marrow. So what is the main function of the bone marrow? Is the formation of the hematopoietic stem cells, as we seen in the diagram. So red bone marrow is form a hematopoietic stem cells, then they further distributed into the RBCs, WBCs and platelets or so on. Then red bone marrow is actively involved in the hematopoiesis. Main function is it is actively involved in the hematopoiesis. Then red marrow contains totipotent cells which is called as the stem cells, and the development of the blood cells from the stem cell is called as a hematopoiesis. So hematopoiesis forms RBC, WBC, granulocyte, lymphocyte, monocytes and platelets. As we seen below the diagram, blood cell development, how the blood cell developed into the number of different cells. So next is the uh, so we see the function of the bone marrow. What is the function? It is the site of generation of all immunocytes. Then we see the site of immune response of B cells, specifically in the secondary immune response. Then bone marrow is also different species, where in hen there is a bone marrow present in the bursa of fabricus. In rapid, the gut associated tissue appendix are present. Then after that, thymus, what is thymus? Thymus is the site of T cell differentiation and maturation. As we see in the bone marrow produce all cell, and the maturation of T cells is done in the thymus, as shown in this figure. So a beautiful diagram is present here of the thymus. As we seen, there are capsule, dead cell, thymocyte, number of cells are present. So this is the structure of the thymus. So these two main are the primary lymphoid organs. So thank you so much. We will discuss next in the next issue, next lectures. Bye bye.